71.5 kilogram, 2 prohibited rounds. Roman combat rules. In the blue corner, Yoshimoto Kogyo, Arata Fukasawa. In the red corner, Miwi, Shota Kakihara. Referee in charge, Akira Yamazaki. なお、赤コーナー、柿原選手は規定の道着チェックをクリアできなかったため、1ラウンドのみ減点1スタートとなります。 The announcement from VALE Yamaguchi there telling us that Kakihara starts with 1 point down in the first round due to the DOGI regulations, very similar to a case we had earlier on in the card here today, Guy.
Yeah, that's right. It seems like his sleeve was a little too tight than regulations allow.
Round 1.
And we are off this bout set for 2 5-minute rounds at 71.5 kilograms. Fukasawa has returned to Japan. He did some coaching, judo coaching overseas, and has decided to take on a fresh challenge for self-improvement. Bringing in the pride of judo with him here today into the DOGI MMA rule set.
Kakihara immediately showcasing what he's known for, his knees. You can expect Kakihara to push the stand-up portion of this fight, the striking and the kickboxing. But of course, Fukasawa is pushing what he's good at. He's pushing that judo game. He wants to turn this into a judo match.
Yeah, he told us that he is firmly relying on his judo and jiu-jitsu skills to win here today. He definitely wants to show his dominance in the judo portion of this.
And this is where it gets tricky when they're both fighters are in the gi and they're against the cage. Kakihara is utilizing the cage for support right here, making it hard for Fukasawa to get his throw. He needs to pull Kakihara off of the cage and bring him back to the center of the cage.
Referee breaks it up there, not seeing too much action up against the fence, and a reset back in the middle of the cage. Shota Kakihara trying to stuff that takedown there. Immediately wraps his legs around and looking for the back here. Kakihara, the taller of the two. Slightly longer legs might give him the advantage here.
He's on the back, but he's a little high. Fukasawa might have an opportunity to throw him off the back here, but when you have the gi here, there's a lot of grips you can get to keep your position. Kakihara does have his left leg in deep in a leg hook here.
Shota Kakihara in the black gi and Arata Fukasawa in the white gi. Kakihara trying to show his evolution from Nippon Kempo, the striking arts, through to MMA and here in gi MMA. And his opponent Fukasawa, he wants to show his transition, his successful transition from judo to BJJ to MMA to the gi MMA rule set here today.
That's right, to Roman combat. Kakihara's got both legs in and he's threatening the rear naked choke here.
Very solid look at the back here of Arata Fukasawa has Shota Kakihara.
Adding to the difficulty level of from just your regular BJJ is these fighters have gloves on now. So on top of the gi, you have a glove which makes it harder to slip that rear naked choke in there under the chin. But because there's a gi, there's also lapel chokes.
I wonder how much it will be playing on the mind of Shota Kakihara that he is 1 point down in this first round due to his dogi being too tight around the sleeves.
That's right. So even if this round ends as is, it might be a draw on the judge's scorecard.
That's right. A reminder that it's a 10-point system adopted here today. Despite being gi MMA, it is very close to unified MMA rules.
If Kakihara wants to win this round definitively, he needs to penetrate the defense of Fukasawa and at least attempt a submission.
Looking for a little crank on the foot there. From the front position there, Arata Fukasawa is very aware that his neck could be exposed, but he knows he has to address the legs of Kakihara.
That's right. For now, he's defending the choke. He's got his chin down. He's got his left hand on the sleeve of Kakihara. Slight scramble, no position change.
Just under 1 minute left in this first of 2 5-minute rounds. Kakihara still with the back, still putting on pressure and threatening that strangle.
So it looked like he was attempting a straight armbar for a second there, but Kakihara is right back under the chin. He's still over the chin, but he's attempting to pull off the rear naked submission attempt. He lets it go.
Yep, even with the chin tucked in there, the mandible choke is always a possible finisher.
That is right. And again with the gi, there's also another
Nice.
Throwing some shots from the back now here, Shota Kakihara.
That's another way to score points, is incurring damage on your opponent.
Yep, and you can hear his corner saying that. Throw more of them and get the damage. Oh, he manages to force himself up out of that and back to a vertical base just before the bell there. Arata Fukasawa. Good hustle at the end there for Fukasawa, but he spent much of the second half of that round with his back taken by this man, Shota Kakihara.
That's right, it's a very strong round for Kakihara. In my opinion, he won that round, but to remind the viewers, he started at a 1-point deficit.
And that 1-point deficit is only in play for the first round.
That's right.
Kakihara all the way from Saga Prefecture down in Kyushu, go up against Fukasawa, a Tokyo man. Both men told us that they're very excited to fight under these Roman rules for the first time.
Second down.
Fukasawa's got a slight hematoma over the right eye.
Yeah, some of that striking from early on in the round, possibly from the back mount position from Shota Kakihara. He was throwing that right hand viciously from the back take. Round 2 underway. This is the second and last round of 5 minutes.
Fukasawa immediately closes the gap. He wants to turn this into a grappling match.
Yeah, he wants to stay away, firmly away from the Nippon Kempo strikes of Kakihara. Some foot stomps there, and some slaps to the face from Shota Kakihara. That's going to be annoying.
That's right. So it does have a strong underhook. Kakihara's got the whizzer, but he has his arm jacked up, he has his shoulder jacked up, so it's pretty much ineffective at this point.
Fukasawa forcing his head into the face of Kakihara, making it very uncomfortable for him up against the cage.
That's very good pressure, and I think with his left leg, he must be around the belt or around the DOGI. So he's really close to getting a lift or going for possibly a back sweep.
Clock has been stopped. Referee having words with both fighters, especially Shota Kakihara there.
It's hard to tell why the stoppage occurred.
They've stopped the clock to check the hematoma over the right eye. It's pretty nasty, guy. It's a big mouse.
That is right. Unfortunately, they interrupted a very good position for Fukasawa. He had a nice underhook, and he had Kakihara jacked up against the fence. I can only assume Fukasawa's going to go for the same thing, close the gap. Yeah, nice knee from Kakihara.
Yeah, he's always waiting with those knees.
Trying to defend.
It's no secret that he wants to finish this off with knees or punches. He'll take the submission, but he is looking to knock his opponent, Fukasawa, out if he can. But Fukasawa managed to close that gap there, like you say, and he's got the underhook on the right-hand side.
So just being very overly, very aggressive. Kakihara, he needs to defend that space when they're in the middle of the cage in the neutral position.
Fukasawa popping in some knees of his own there, but Kakihara responds in kind. Referee calling for action. He might break them up here, and he does so. Good call from the third man in the cage. Back to the center immediately, looking to close that gap there. Look for the high kick! Lands it, but it got caught by Fukasawa. Fukasawa now ends up on the mat with his back taken again by Kakihara.
Kakihara now improves to a body lock. And he's making Fukasawa pay for the earlier minutes in that round.
Oh yes, he has got a good look at that back, and we were talking about the mandible choke earlier, guy. He could still finish this off here, even if he doesn't get under the chin cleanly. Arguably the pressure of the gi makes that kind of choke a little bit more easy to get.
That's right, and with close to two minutes left in the second round, second and final round, Fukasawa needs to move with a sense of urgency. He has to get out. He needs to reverse this position if he wants any hope to win this match.
Time is the enemy of Arata Fukasawa here in the second and final round. 2 minutes still to go. Some hammer fist from the back from Shota Kakihara, trying to swell the left-hand side of his face to make it nice and even.
How thoughtful of Kakihara. Right now, all he's thinking about is how can I put Fukasawa away.
He's got time, but Fukasawa does not.
No, he doesn't. And Kakihara's got a nasty body lock on. Fukasawa needs to create some space there so he can get that reversal, but Kakihara looks tight as a clamshell.
Yeah, that body lock is tight, but let's not forget at the end of the first round, Arata Fukasawa managed to get out of that back mount in the closing seconds. He does have that, but he needs to address the legs.
Kakihara looking for a lapel choke here. Fukasawa's on the hands, trying to hand fight. And in Roman combat, you're allowed to grab up to 3 fingers. Anything less is illegal.
1 minute left in this bout. Slowly, Shota Kakihara creeps his way towards victory.
Less than 1 minute left. The impetus right now is on Fukasawa. He needs to get out. He's the one losing the match here.
Yeah, he is completely locked down. His lower body and upper body shut down so tight from the back is Kakihara. 30 seconds left on the clock. Kakihara's corner calling for damage. We could see him give up on that lapel choke and start throwing some punches from the back again.
I think that'd be a very wise option. Just let go. Right now, Fukasawa is very, very tight. There we go.
Closing seconds. Some punches going into that swollen portion of the face of Fukasawa. He does not look comfortable there. It runs the full 2 5-minute rounds. Bounces back up to his feet. Shota Kakihara, he is sure he has won. Despite coming into this bout, the first round 1 point down due to the DOGI regulations. Let's see if he gets his hand raised.
Kakihara did a really good job of mixing it up there, not just focusing on the judo, not just focusing on the gi, but mixing it with the MMA.
It's a unanimous decision, all 3 judges scoring it in the favor of Shota Kakihara. Very aggressive 2 rounds there, taking the back twice and dominating his opponent, guy. Shota Kakihara here with the black DOGI on, looking to put hands on Fukasawa in the second round there. Almost knocked his head off with that high kick.
ということでお疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
まず今の率直な感想を聞かせてもらえますか。
率直な感想で言えば、もともと KO する予定で、1ラウンドで終わらす、予定だったんですけど、ちょっと長引いてしまって、ちょっと、フィニッシュできなくて悔しい部分があるのが正直なところです。
ありがとうございます。試合を振り返っていかがでしょうか。
試合を振り返ってはやっぱ、結果的には自分の強い部分で、 戦えたので、それは良かったのかなと思います。
ありがとうございます。ローマンコンバのルール、新しいところ、柔術着を着てたりとかあると思うんですけど、苦戦したところや普段と違うところなどはどうでしたか？
苦戦したところはやっぱり普段道着着てないので、やっぱそこの重たさとか引っかかり具合で、苦戦する、練習しながらも苦戦はしてました。ただやっぱ道着を使ってからの MMA ということなんで、今回いろいろ作戦練って、ちょっと使えなかった部分もあるんですけど、ちょっといろいろ研究したいなと思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。では最後に今後の展望やファンに向けてメッセージお願いします。
今後はチャンピオンになるので、無敗で行くので、これから応援よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。